you have to realize that some of these processes are going to change because it's a very, very dynamic product. Like even this thing that Shannon's like, I'm going to start using the map. Like that was added in December. Like it just, things just happen, and it's just the way we kind of roll and do things and such. And so it's kind of fun that way. Okay, are we ready to get back started? Okay, so we just did lunch. As far as a quick review, do you guys want me to see how I would enter my receipt? I don't have a scanner here, but would you like to see how I would enter my receipt?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, great. So we just did lunch. I'm currently in Playground Corporation, so I need to switch to Adilas, okay? So I'm in this company, and I need to go to a different company. So Chris, this would be a spot where you would just be like, somebody calls you on the phone, hey, this is so-and-so from ABC. Can you check out my list? Sure. This is how quick it is to switch a corporation. You click on a little button here or here, like there's tons of options. You click it, and you say, I want to go to Adilas. You just change the corporation. And remember, I had actually set up this customer homepage as my homepage here. And so, say I'm at home, and I have this little expense receipt. Here's our dinner ticket, right here, okay? So it's a physical, real-life thing. And what I would do is I'm going to charge this to my company. So I have a company credit card. It's not an Adilas credit card, it's my company one, but that's who's going to end up getting paid back. So that would be the vendor of who I would do this to. So this little ticket right here, I would simply, if I was doing it and it was me doing it, I would go like this. Vendor, more, click it, More Digital Ideas, LLC. That's a small business that I own. I do web stuff, and so I cycle a lot of things through. Heather said that she actually helps us do taxes for that. We do a lot of like different business expenses, DVDs and paper and printer cartridges, and all those are business expenses, and so we track all of that kind of stuff. So I would go like this. I'm going to create a receipt, so this is kind of money out. Eventually it's going to end up in paid. The company owes me this money. It gets me to a one-page process. It's a piece of cake. Just to orient you on the page, we have the main, we have the line items, and we have the payment, like how did I pay for it type thing. So here's how I would do it. It's going to be the More Digital Ideas. It was for today. I'm going to skip the due date, and I'm just going to go down and kind of put the end-all total in here. So it was just about $100.68. If I wanted to, and there was a special receipt number, like this is their transaction number, it says 381462. So I would just do that really quick. 381462. And that doesn't make a difference, but the cool thing about that is it's searchable. So like if this was one of my main vendors, and they're like, hey, I'm just calling, we haven't received payment on 31642. Like I could search it, pull it up, oh, that's my expense receipt number. You have to kind of play the game. What's their number? What's my number? So this is where you get to put their number in. It's an external kind of invoice number or receipt number, okay? And then I would just say lunch for the bunch. The Logan class. Okay, so this is the main. So what I'm going to do is, technically what this is going to do is it's going to create an item. Where we're headed next is this is going to be like the plate, okay? The plate with one little cup. This is going to be the main, and then I'm going to start stacking some other pieces on this. This is where I get to create the item. The next thing I'm going to do is this is a reimbursement, so I'm going to click this little box, click. And when I did this, when I left this field, it actually populated some stuff here, and I already have the amount here. If I needed to change the amount, I could break it into it. If I wanted to, I'm not going to put each and every single line item in there, okay? I'm going to say, hey, this was food. But if I wanted to, and you really wanted to break it out, this is a one-to-many. One receipt, and look how many items that has. Bacon cheeseburger, the salad bar, the drink, If you wanted to literally calculate that and put them into different categories, it would go in this section, okay? By default, when we let you add it, we say, hey, normally you're within 3, but if you wanted to skip this, you could technically add every single item. It's one-to-many relationship. You're going to hear that word again, okay?
Is this where you could also just
make a picture and then pull a picture of that
Absolutely.
receipt up and have an attached picture?
Yep. I don't have a scanner, but basically what I have to do first is I can't attach the picture because this thing doesn't even really exist yet. So the process that we're doing right now is we're creating this item that I can start attaching things to. So I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to say that this is, let's see here. Steve, what do you normally put your food stuff under?
Meals, meetings, client, right there, one down.
Okay, great. You can assign it to a location, a bunch of different things. And I'm going to come down here, and I did not pay by check. I actually paid by a Visa card. And then I can just come down here and say create it. So when I create this, click, I get a new number, 3329. I created it. Here's the date, here's the time. Yes, it is a reimbursement. It's to More Digital Ideas. I have a little link right there that says to my payables, what is owed to me. I just hit that AP vendor waiting room because the company now owes me money, okay? I entered it. Now what I would do is I would scan this and then I would put I would take a pen. This is literally how you do it. This little number right here, 3329, you would write it right on top of the receipt, 3329, and I put a little box around it. I'm just going to put the little abbreviation ER3329, this, and this right here, if I ever find it, I can get to this at any point in time, no problem, just because that's its magic number, its ID number, okay? I would scan it, zoop, zoop. When it's all done, I would go like this. I would click right here where it says no photo currently, and I would go click, which takes you right to the Add Edit Photo section, and I would say browse. You would pick the photo from wherever it was scanned onto your hard drive, and you would say open, add, and then you're done. You can walk away. You just have the full documentation. You have the number on it, and it's already in. It actually already even hit payables. Watch this. I'm going to skip out of the photo ad section right now. I'm going to go back home so you can kind of watch the process. And this particular one, because it's the CRM homepage, doesn't have it. But I'm just going to quick go to the chooser and go to the map. And I'm going to hit the AR vendor. And we're going to find More Digital Ideas. So right here, More Digital Ideas, reimbursement, $100.68. Zero age, it's starting to track the whole thing. Basically, it already gets funneled in there. That's all I had to do. We already started the process of it even headed towards account. Does that make sense? How that works? Pretty easy. And the nice thing is once you put this little box and you know you've scanned it, you literally are taking this little thing and you're kind of tucking it into bed. You're like, okay, stay right there. And then eventually, what this is going to end up happening is this will just keep sitting out there. Like, I'm going to have another one tomorrow, and another one tomorrow. And so eventually I'll have 3 of them or whatever. And say at the end of it, it's like, okay, let's cut Brandon a check. Guess what we'll do? I'm going to click on this one, this one, this one. We're going to pay for it with one check. And what it does is it takes all of those pieces, and you're going to see it back here. Remember how I said we're going to have a plate and kind of start putting some cups on it? Well, I've got some saucers back there, some big old huge plates. Guess what we can do with that? We can say a big, huge thing can hold small ones. I'm going to put a plate with all of its little subs, and another plate with all of its little subs, another plate with all of its little subs, and then I'm going to write one check to satisfy that whole thing. So it virtually becomes, each little piece is a one-to-many relationship, okay? But I'm going to, eventually when I end up paying for this thing, I'm going to have this one, and this one, and this one, and I'm going to combine it all together, and I'm going to pay it. But it's going to be carrying this baggage. This is going to be part of the baggage for it, so it's going to be kind of cool. Anyway, that's as easy as it is to get an expense receipt in, all right? What I'd like to do is we're going to totally switch gears, and this might help to kind of get some of the after lunch zombie eyes or whatever we want to do, but we are actually going to flip around to the back, and we are going to play with some objects for a little bit, okay? As we get playing with these objects, what we're going to do is we are going to start you on the inventory side. That's usually where things start. I want to sell my bottles. I want to sell my this. I want to do something, okay? We're going to kind of start on that type of an interface. So what let's do is let's all kind of congregate in that back corner.